the owner of that Tesla, but because he is one of the leading minds in the country, if not the world, on the way to manage a professional practice. Welcome to our stage, everybody, Shafat Qazi. Thanks for letting me drive the Tesla. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I purchased my Tesla 5 years ago. I was among the first 100 buyers of Tesla, not because I wanted the car to drive itself, but I truly believe that that's where we're heading, electrical cars. Just like electrical trains, no longer, we don't have coal trains anymore. So I do believe combustion engines will eventually die. But thank you for that introduction, Joe, and what a wonderful conference and a great start and a big audience. Thank you so much. So, my name is Shafat Qazi. I'm the CEO and founder of BQE Software. Many of you know me. And in the next 10 minutes, I am going to further extend on what Joe started with, which is artificial intelligence. But I want you to imagine that if you had the ability to make the right decisions all the time, every time, imagine that for a minute, what a difference it would make in your lives. Business lives, personal lives, will no longer make wrong decisions. We make right decisions all the time, every time. And that's what I'm going to talk about in my presentation. So artificial intelligence, we all hear a lot about it. It's not science fiction anymore. I remember Data in Star Trek. I always thought that was never going to happen in my lifetime, but it's here. As a matter of fact, we have IBM Watson here on Tuesday, and that's the new, this generation's data that we're all used to. So it's by far, we all know it's going to transform our lives, and we understand that it might actually take our job. That's one of the fears we have. But I'm here to talk about a few things that we have done already where we're implying or applying artificial intelligence into our daily lives and products. So I'll start with what really is underneath the hood of artificial intelligence. So when you hear the word AI, it really is an umbrella term. It involves machine learning, voice recognition, which has leap-bounded over the years, right? Natural language processor. Many of you probably don't know this, but Google and Microsoft and a few other companies are making it available freely to allow you to have NLPs, natural language processors, that can capture what you're saying and translate it into text. Machine reasoning and deep neural networks, these are the two new introductions to this. And look at these 5 terms, combine them together, put them in a mixer. That's what AI eventually happens to be. Now, the scary part of this whole thing, and this is why it's so hard now, is, we had to program this thing, but you no longer have to do that. Because we figured out how machines can teach themselves. And as you try to understand the implications of that capability of machines teaching themselves, at some point in time, at the pace they're learning, they're going to far exceed our capacity and our ability. They can actually create reasoning. They can actually make critical decisions that we as humans were the only ones supposed to make. And that's where artificial intelligence is making a big significant disruption. Now, we at BQE do believe that it's actually going to be a bigger revolution than any other revolution we have ever seen. Bigger than internet, bigger than industrial revolution. It will transform our lives significantly. The fact is, many of you think of artificial intelligence as something in the future, but I want to remind you it's already here. Before coming to Atlanta, I called my airlines, and when I talked to the lady on the phone, I realized after a couple of minutes into the conversation, I was actually having communication with a robot. It wasn't really a human being, right? We all experience that, and that's nothing new. That's AI understanding what I'm saying. It's not any longer press 1 for sales or press 2 for changing the reservation. It's like, what do you want? And I'm having a conversation. The Google Assistant recently, if you remember, I don't know how many of you actually saw, made a phone call to book an appointment for the hair salon. And of course, it was not scripted, totally handled the timing and everything. You should watch that video. It's just unbelievable where the natural language processing with the deep neural network can get to a point, it can have a natural and normal conversation. The first introduction that I had with artificial intelligence and machine learning was Netflix. When I turned it on and it recommended the movies for me that I really enjoyed watching, it had learned from my habits. Now, Facebook and Google know so much about it. You probably see these ads that are coming in that are so well targeted for me, right? They know exactly what I like, and they target those ads, and they know so much about me that at my age, it's a little creepy, right? But for the Gen Y and Gen Z, it's absolutely normal. They like the fact that some machine knows about them and can recommend things for them. Cosmopolitan Hotel, I don't know how many of you have been there lately. They actually replaced their concierge service with artificial intelligence called Rose. And what they have reported is ever since we got Rose engaged to talk to our guests, their in-house orders for different things went up 39%. So not only is AI going to give better answers, but it's going to help you improve your revenues. And Cosmopolitan is one of those. And by the way, you should try it. They also can allow you to text Rose, and she can answer all kinds of questions over the text message. Now, business owners, where we as business owners need to look at AI is really all of these bar charts and graphs that we were forced to read. Now somebody is going to actually make it simpler for us through the AI, because it's going to simplify and make it simple. Predictions is going to be huge. Client predictions, project-related, finance-related predictions. You will see a lot of that. Now, remember that Joe mentioned that your job is not going to get replaced. You're the one that are going to actually take the AI information and present it to the client in such a way that you will look like much, much smarter than... I don't want to go there. So, I want to talk about BQE a little bit, my company. For the last 6 years, many of you probably know this, we've been working on a brand new product that we finally released last year. It's called Core. It's a dream product, but what's different about Core is its ability to have artificial intelligence and machine learning in it. And it's a product that was built ground up with that technology in mind. And we are now releasing our first Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa version of Core, where you can actually have conversation with your software, business software. And you might say, well, Shafat, we don't know if that's going to work, but it's something that we're already rolling out and testing right now, and it's inevitable that it will happen in every business. But where we differentiated, we didn't just throw these curves, we also wanted to, when we said we're going to talk to our software, we wanted to add a context, like human-like intelligence to it. I want to show you two examples of conversations that I recorded having with BQE's Core. So I'm asking Core, saying, okay, Core, what's next on my calendar? Because it has access to my calendar. And it says,
you are scheduled to meet with Howard Rourke in 25 minutes to discuss the preliminary design. Based on the current traffic, it will take you 15 minutes to get to his office.
So the second answer that it added to my first question is where things started getting fun and interesting. So it said, okay, fine. It looked at my calendar, figured out that I'm going to be meeting with such and such client, knows the client's address, and at that point in time tells me, based on the current traffic, it will take me 15 minutes. So that's where the AI in your day-to-day software is going to come in. Of course, Core also has accounting built into it. So I asked it an accounting question, and you can try that too. It said, okay, Core, how's my business doing?
Looks like you're doing well. Your income is up 17% compared to last year and profits are up 26%. The balance sheet looks stronger too, with a 26% increase in assets year over year.
Now that's an ideal balance sheet that you all want, but the whole point is this information is available to you today. This AI is available in products today, where you could be on the phone and client asks you a question about their books and you say, hold on a second, you ask Core, you reply back, right? You could do that today with the possibility of AI within the products. Now, imagine this, you walk into the office of tomorrow and your client billing, your staff scheduling, your payroll processing, your task prioritization, whatever else you have to do, it's all done at 8 o'clock when you walk in. You have the whole day, somebody's laughing, you have the whole day to focus on growing your business, right? That's what AI will really do. It'll be your intelligence delivery system, right? Give you everything in a consolidated and simple way, but it'll also get rid of those repetitive, mundane tasks that we as humans are wasting our time on. So I do not see AI as a threat. I see an AI as a potential, as an opportunity for us to really grow as humans and focus our intelligence and brains on tasks that really matter. I don't want us to be wasting time on those repetitive mundane tasks, but I want us to have the ability to make the right decisions all the time and every time. We at B2B Core are working very hard, of course, bringing this dream to you where you could make those right decisions all the time and every time, but more importantly, where you're not wasting time on those repetitive tasks that you're doing now. A good, intelligent, artificial intelligence assistant is helping you out with those, and you are doing high-value tasks only and enjoying your life, whereas we all humans should be not being in the office till 9, 10 p.m. I want you all to take a moment when you can, visit us at the B2B Core booth downstairs. We'd love to talk more about the AI in it, but more importantly, take it that AI is here to really bring the best side of the humans out. Finally, we can get rid of those repetitive tasks. Thank you so much.